J.J. McCarthy's draft stock has gone through the roof the last couple of months, and I'm starting to come around on the fact that he can be a legit top 10 pick in the NFL draft.
Pretty much everything you would want in a starting quarterback, I would say.
How's it going today? My name is Jesse McNamara, and welcome to Point of View. Before we get into it today, I just want to say we always appreciate your feedback and look forward to reading your comments like the one we've got here. Hey, we're here to entertain. Also, be sure to stay tuned to the end of this episode to see if you can guess today's trivia question down below. To today's topic, are we just bored without football, or is J.J. McCarthy really good enough to lead an NFL team? I never thought of him as anything more than a good quarterback on a great team, but all the recent hype has made me want to take a closer look and see if he's as great as many people say he is. What I found out is that McCarthy's biggest flaw is how awesome the Michigan Wolverines have been the past 2 seasons with him under center. In his first year at the helm in 2022, the Wolverines were 6th in the nation in points per game with 40.4, but appeared to be carried by their run game. Blake Corum rushed for nearly 1,500 yards, and Donovan Edwards was 9 yards from 1,000. Michigan's 238 rushing yards per game was 5th in the nation, trailing only Ole Miss and military schools Air Force, Army, and Navy. Through the air, they averaged 220 yards a game, 83rd in the NCAA. Unless you're a Michigan fan, when you just look at those stats, how could you not come to the conclusion that any QB would thrive with that team? And to be fair, that was how the offense was built to play. But McCarthy still showed signs that season that he was better than just a placeholder. Check out this play from 2022. Against the number 2 scoring defense in the country, McCarthy handles the low snap and evades the free rusher. He keeps his eyes downfield and finds the receiver in the back of the end zone. That's not something we see from just any college quarterback. But still, a huge majority of his passes were under little pressure and with guys wide open. Not to mention his play caller was one of the best coaches in all of college football, and their 7th ranked scoring defense definitely helped them reach the college football playoffs. Now we look at this past season, and his talent becomes much more obvious. McCarthy entered the season on the NFL's radar, but was a second-day pick at best. Most thought he barely cracked the top 10 QBs expected to enter the 2024 draft. But throughout the season, his development showed. He was ultra-accurate and completed 72% of his passes, even while staying aggressive downfield and throwing into tight windows when needed. He also showed elite pocket presence in both years as a starter, with a career 4.3% sack rate and 14.3% pressure to sack rate. Both rates ranked 3rd among the 7 QBs expected to be taken early in the NFL draft. And this play against Hawaii shows both of those traits. McCarthy doesn't initially see a receiver open, so he steps up in the pocket and starts to bail to his left before layering a dart over a defender and just inside the pylon. That's a tough play for a right-handed QB, but he makes it look way too easy. And one more thing. The guy is a huge threat outside of the pocket. On this play, McCarthy takes the design run and weaves through defenders, maximizing the play better than most QBs who are considered pocket passers. Over his career, McCarthy averaged 3.9 yards a carry on 161 attempts and scored 8 touchdowns with his legs. And even with that many attempts, he still didn't lose a single fumble his entire career. So he's got pinpoint accuracy, he can move in the pocket, he can make a play with his legs, and he knows what winning football looks and feels like. Maybe that can be said for other QBs in the draft, but that doesn't mean he's not right there with the rest of them. And that's why I think the hype around McCarthy isn't all smoke and mirrors. He's a legit NFL starter. I could even see him as a top 10 pick, but I don't think there's any way he should be taken over LSU's Jaden Daniels. For more on how Daniels could be the best QB in this year's draft, check out our recent Point of View. And the moment you've been waiting for, here's the answer to today's trivia question. We appreciate you tuning into this episode of Point of View. We will see you in the next one.